Hello and welcome to another episode of Moonshot Nutrition. My name's Addison. Today I want to talk to you about the healing process. Specifically, I want to explain to you what you should have already been taught in high school, in my opinion, about how the healing process actually works. Our medical establishment knows how the healing process works, but we have a terrible tendency to ignore it or try to circumvent it. And it unfortunately is at our own peril. So this is a two-part series. The first part is going to be about inflammation, second part about repair, more or less. But first, let's explain what the true healing process of your body is. It's a simple three-step process. Part one is inflammation. This is to improve circulation and add more nutrients and more blood and more oxygen and all those kinds of things to the affected area. Second is repair. Now remember, repair doesn't start happening until inflammation dies down. Okay, well, that's not entirely true, but inflammation is sort of how your body, think of it like the emergency cleanup crew to get the area set up so that we can go in with the engineers and really start to reorganize everything. Okay? And then part three is remodeling, and the good news about part three is Part 3 will, generally speaking, take care of itself pretty well if you got steps 1 and 2 done correctly. Now, let's talk about Part 1, inflammation. Inflammation is, everybody thinks it's the enemy. It's not. The only real problem with inflammation is when it's chronic inflammation. If it's acute inflammation after any kind of an injury or an illness that messed up a given area, it's actually a good thing. And believe it or not, you're going to slow the healing process down, and you're going to make it less effective if you try to throw a lot of ice and anti-inflammatory drugs at it, what are generally called NSAIDs. That's non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. And here's why. Your body has two circulatory systems. The first one you're all familiar with: blood, veins, arteries. You know, you have a heart, pumps all of that through. Very straightforward. The second system most people don't know much about, and that's your lymphatic system. Most of us have probably heard of lymph nodes, but we don't really understand the lymphatic system because we're not taught that in high school, and most of us aren't even taught it in college. Your lymphatic system is arguably at least nearly as important as your regular circulatory system. It is what circulates the vast majority of your immune system throughout your body. It takes care of most of the fat-soluble nutrients in your body and circulates that. It's the primary waste removal system of your body. I know you thought that was poop, but not necessarily. Okay, because poop's great for what you eat, but can't do anything about the byproducts being produced by your cells in other areas of your body. That's your lymphatic system. And your lymphatic system removes excess liquids and fluids, which often have a lot of those unfortunate byproducts that we need to get out. So that's the basics of what your lymphatic system's doing. Now let's take a little closer look at it, though. Your lymphatic system does not have a heart connected to it. It has no express purpose pump, in other words. The way your lymphatic system gets pumped or circulated is when you flex your muscles. Okay, the movement of your body churns your lymphatic system. Without that, your lymphatic system is actually quite stagnant. And let me tell you, when you have an area that you want to heal, and the thing that is bringing in all of these wonderful nutrients, bringing in your immune system, you don't want that stagnant. You want that pumping. This is why the old adage of walk it off kind of works, provided that you're not going to turn around and do the kind of activity that would re-injure or further injure the area. Now, the other thing to remember is that, I mentioned briefly at how, in order for the healing process to work correctly, you need to bring inflammation to a resolution, not block it. The primary tool that your body uses to resolve inflammation is your immune system. Okay? Well, if the primary mechanism your body has for pumping the immune system compounds throughout your body, white blood cells and lymphocytes and all the other things that make up the complex immune system of the human body. If the primary tool your body uses to pump that around your body is stagnant, how are you going to resolve that inflammation? How are you going to make it better? You see the problem? So this is why whenever you injure an area, as I said earlier, don't use NSAIDs. Don't use ice. Ice reduces the circulation because cold constricts. We don't want to constrict. And NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, can actually reverse the flow and, in effect, reverse the flow of the waste products of your lymphatic system, as well as stop the good flow of your immune system. So now we're not removing the waste, and we're not bringing in the helpful compounds that will resolve the inflammation. Hence, repair kind of gets put on hold. You see the problem. So yes, ibuprofen is wonderful for pain, I assure you. I have taken it before, and I will take it again. But if you don't have to take it for the pain, don't. Because I'm telling you, it's going to slow your healing process down. We know this, by the way. This is science. This is not my goofy opinion as I wear a light blue stupid t-shirt. No, this is really good science, okay? So if you want to truly understand what you need to do first and foremost after you get any kind of injury, assuming you don't have to reconnect anything, because that's usually going to require surgery and whatnot, but even after that, you want to find out what's the maximum amount of movement, of healthy movement, non-stressed based movements you can do to try to improve the circulation of both circulatory systems around that injured area. And by the way, as a final note, this is why curcuminoids from turmeric, a naturally existing anti-inflammatory, as well as DHA of fish oil, not EPA by the way, DHA of fish oils are so good at helping to resolve inflammation. They actually resolve it. Remember, the NSAIDs block the inflammation from happening. All right? DHA and even more so curcuminoids actually resolve the inflammation. So they don't stop it from initially happening. They try to resolve it so that your body can get on to repair. That's why people have so much better results long term, more often than not, from things like curcumin than they do from anti-inflammatory drugs. It's promoting the healing process is where anti-inflammatory drugs will effectively stop it. Well, my name's Addison. It's a slightly longer video than normal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps make the world a better place. Bye-bye.